Even did the "Are you choking?" question like they say you
Are
have
you
to.
choking?
If you haven't,
Are you choking? Are you choking? What's up, you guys? I'm Charmx, and today I'm going to be reacting to Crazy Substitute Teachers by Jane Animations. Now, I love Jane Animations, and I find, you know, as I go on and react to more and more of Jane Animations videos, I find I can relate more and more and more with Jaden just because I have so many similar kind of situations and whatnot. And when it comes to Crazy Substitute Teachers, I actually don't think I have any. I don't think I have any crazy substitute teachers, but I think, you know, when it comes to actual substitute teachers, the class would just be crazy. I think that's the same with a lot of people can relate to that, because, you know, if it's your normal teacher, you don't want to misbehave, and when you got a substitute teacher who's only there for a day or something like that, it's like you don't care if you misbehave because you're not going to get punished. So, I remember some crazy experiences with substitute teachers. Some of them weren't even substitutes. Some of them, just the kids were so bad that they were just like, oh, the poor teacher, the poor teacher. Anyway, I'm sidetracked. With that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jane Animations. Without any further ado, let's begin.
Yo, what's up, homesicles? I'm gonna talk about substitute teachers. I want to say, for the most part, we all like having subs. You like walk into the classroom expecting it.
Yeah, because there's a high chance that they would just play a movie or something. That's why I did like substitute teachers. I like them.
To be a normal day, and you glance over at the teacher, and boom, it's a sub. Yes, don't have to try today. Most subs are pretty cool. They don't really care too much either, and everyone just ends up having a nice easy break day. They have this attitude like, okay, so I'm just gonna pop in a movie or something, do whatever you want.
Exactly. I actually like subs in school.
I'm just here to make sure you don't all go Miley Cyrus wild and poke some kid's eye out with a ruler.
But sometimes they don't care too much, and it gets kind of weird. Like, once I had a math sub where we were just doing a worksheet or something, and this girl behind me was eating carrots, but all of a sudden she started choking on one of her carrots and was like gasping and gagging and stuff, and everyone turned around and was mortified. What do we do? We all looked over at the sub for help and guidance or something, because of all people, he should have a plan. And he was just looking at her, not doing anything.
Yeah, this sub might be a little bit of a psycho at the same time.
I'm sure if the girl could have spoke at that time, she would have said, "Freaking, I'm choking on a carrot here. What are you looking at? Do something, you buffoon! Ah!" So for a small period of time, everyone was just helplessly looking at this poor girl choking on a carrot.
Does no one know how to do the Heimlich maneuver? I took swimming lessons when I was a lot younger, so I am familiar with how to, you know, stop someone from choking. If someone's choking and they're coughing, that means that there's still, like, air. So basically, when that happens, I was told that you're actually supposed to make them cough more. Like, and it'll actually get whatever's in their throat out. But if there's actually no air getting through, then you have to perform the Heimlich. Because if there's air getting through, the Heimlich's not going to help. And when you do the Heimlich, I actually recommend you look it up on Google, because it, you know, could save anyone's life. But it's something like you get your finger like this, and you go like this, and you go under the rib cage, and you push upwards in a jerking motion. That's why it looks like you're doing something naughty to the person you're doing the Heimlich on, because you have to get like right behind them. You got to go under the rib cage. You got to do like a J motion upwards. It causes the diaphragm to move up or whatever, and it causes your lungs to shrink. And it pushes the air upwards, and it shoots whatever is stuck out. I believe that's how it works. Go look up the Heimlich maneuver in case you want to save someone's life.
No one knew what to do. Finally, one guy got up and did the choking Heimlich procedure they teach us. It was so legit. He even did the "Are you choking?" question like they say you have to.
Are you choking?
If you haven't,
are you choking? Are you choking?
The technique, or for some reason they changed it. The steps are: approach the person and ask, "Are you choking?" Do not proceed if they are not choking. It actually says that. Get behind the person and wrap your arms
See, this is what I mean. It always looks wrong.
around their waist. Be ready to support them if they faint. Take your fist and place the thumb side against their belly, just above their belly button. Grab the fist with the other hand and thrust into the belly. And the final step is repeat thrusts until the object pops out, or until the person faints.
Into the belly? I thought you had to go like under the rib cage, because, you know, that's where the yeah, I guess, yeah, I guess you can't really go. Yeah, you can't really We can't really go under it. I don't know, it's been so long since I learned it. But at least I'm kind of familiar, so I could probably save someone's life. And you can actually do it on yourself with a chair, I believe.
So the girl didn't faint. He actually got the carrot out of her throat, and everyone was relieved. And after all that hullabaloo, we all kind of looked over to see what the sub had to say about the situation, and nothing. He just watched the situation with a blank slate look on his face. Like, what the heck? What are you? I've never seen less of a reaction from such a big situation from anyone in my entire life. He should make a reaction channel, come to think of it. He'd blend in with most of the people on YouTube doing it already.
Oh, snap. I like to think that I am a better reaction channel. You know, I give my opinions and I talk and whatnot. Yo, in this situation, the kid should definitely go to a principal or something. Like, this teacher should be fired. This teacher obviously is a little bit of a psycho and doesn't care what happens to the kids. And, you probably want someone who cares about the kids to be the teacher, because this person should not be a teacher.
Anyway, enough with Mr. Blank Slate. I remember when I was in high school, we had kind of a main group of substitutes that were common to have when a teacher called in sick or something. And there was this one old man guy that everyone knew and absolutely hated. And before I say something like, oh, Jaden, that's kind of rude to say, in our defense, he hated us too. Whenever a person walked in and saw him sitting behind the teacher's desk, the immediate thought would be, oh, crap, it's gonna be a rough day today. No one had to say it, but we were all thinking it. Okay, Jaden, so what was he like? Oh, stand up so you can sit down because I'm getting started. Take the strictest person you know and throw them out the window because this guy is now that person. I think he saw himself as a military instructor leading juvenile delinquents because he wanted...
Probably something like that. And I know in today's day and age, like when I was in school, for the most part, well, definitely in high school, we were relatively well behaved. I remember in like the earlier grades of high school, we were less well behaved, shall I say. And I remember at one point, like, the kids were so unbehaved that like the teachers like started freaking out, and I believe that happened a couple times. I don't know, I think the kids really like to make this one teacher that I had like upset. But yeah, but for the most part, kids nowadays are even worse than when I was in school. So we need more crazy strict people nowadays. But when I was in school back a few years ago, I don't think it was as bad, but it's getting worse. Anyway.
Every child to be behaving perfectly, to a T, no funny business. And yeah, that's not gonna happen in a high school, so there's problem one. He would start every class with the same lecture.
Alright, sit down and zip up because we're taking attendance. If I hear any talking, you're being written up. I don't tolerate jokesters in my classroom. I'm going to call out your last name, followed by your first name, and if I don't hear you say present, then you're being marked absent. You should be paying attention, because you only have one chance, and I'm not calling names twice.
Yeah, this guy seems insane. I mean, how old is this guy? Because he looks old, and if he might have been born in the generation where they take those big rulers and they just smack you on the hands with them. He might have been born in that generation, right? So maybe that's what it was like when he was a kid.
If I pronounce your name wrong, correct me. Alright, here we go.
He says that exact paragraph every time he starts a class, and I know it because I've had him enough times to have it power washed into my head. I kinda wanna believe he has it written down and framed somewhere in his house so he can proudly look at it before he goes to bed every night. And he actually gets mad if you don't correct him if he says your name wrong. I know from experience. I don't care when people pronounce my name wrong. It happens all the time. I've gotten used to it.
How do you pronounce Jaden wrong? It's not like it's that hard to say, unless I'm saying it wrong. If I'm saying it wrong, that would make sense. But, I thought it was Jaden Animations. Is it Jaden? I mean, how is it that hard to say Jaden? I don't get it.
I thought I wouldn't make a big deal out of it.
Animations Jaden.
Here.
Did I say that correctly?
It's close enough.
Correct me next time.
Sorry? He reminds me of if, like, Oscar the Grouch had a pet lemon, but the lemon was expired by 2 months and he keeps forgetting to throw it away. Like, oh crap, the lemon. How
does that remind you of him? That's... what?
I'll do it tomorrow. And he doesn't do it tomorrow, so I'll call him Mr. Yet to be thrown out lemon.
Oh, he's the lemon? Or he's Oscar the Grouch.
For simplicity. I truly don't know why Mr. Yet to be thrown out Lemon worked as a substitute teacher, because you could just see the child hatred in his eyes. Somehow he made everyone in the class feel uncomfortable just by existing. So let me tell you a story.
I wonder if he has like a family, because if they do, I wonder if he's, if he has kids, and if he's like that to his kids, if he is, those poor kids.
Sorry about Mr. Yet to be thrown out Lemon. We had him in a biology class once, and we were just gonna work on a paper he had to pass out.
Alright, we're gonna be doing a worksheet today. If I hear any talking, you're being written up. This is an individual worksheet, so there's absolutely no reason to talk to anyone at all during this hour. Everyone come up to the front of the room right now and grab a paper.
This guy sounds
Mrs.
so
Graves
bad.
does it so each person at a table has a number, and she calls out a random number, and that person just gets up and gets the paper for the rest of the table, so it's easier to...
I will not have slaves in my classroom!
What did he just say? This man just compared picking up papers for other classmates to slavery.
Man, he must have been born in a whole other generation.
Slavery! Good God, So we did it his way. The 34 of us all got up at the same time and shuffled to the front of the room, awkwardly squishing together to grab a paper from the one pile he made for us. You are a fruitcake. He did a lot of other weird over-the-top things, but this was by far the best thing I've ever witnessed from him. Oh, Mr. Yet to be thrown out Lemon, you're a real piece of work.
No talking.
Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. This is pretty funny. And, yeah, that substitute teacher seems to have some problems. I mean, he was drawn as if he was really, really old. And if he was really, really old, I know, when old people went to school, it was a lot different. And, teachers could actually, hit the kids and do some crazy stuff. So for them... they're definitely expecting school to kind of be like it was, but since they can't actually, do that kind of stuff anymore, they're just kind of angry and really strict, it seems. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys like this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend if you do, and subscribe to the family. Also, make sure you go subscribe to Jane Animations. With that being said, see you guys next time. Woo!